Hi guys, my name's Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. It is the end of the month. Well, it's July now. I'm super excited because I am going to talk to you guys in this video about 31 Days of Horror. Yes, it's in October. I'll wait till the end because it's part of your monthly mission and we'll go through all that. But please stay tuned for that because it is very important and I'll explain why I'm talking about it so early. But first, let's start with some housekeeping. Number one, I might be talking a little bit strange. If you guys haven't caught on to the fact that I am a complete klutz, I don't know what to say to you. Since I've been on YouTube, I've broken fingers, I've twisted ankles, I cut my hands, and I'm just the worst. I fell going up the stairs, yeah, and I fell on my face. And I bit into my lip and my jaw and it is really painful. So if I'm talking a bit weird, it's because it's really excruciating to talk. But I digress. I really want to start with what I watched this month because I did watch a lot, and that goes for movies and TV. Let's start with Life 2.0. This was a documentary that was on Netflix. It is a documentary about Second Life, which is a virtual reality game, I guess. Is that what you call it? Where it's like The Sims, but it's online. That's how I would say it. But it was really interesting. It's about the people behind the game, people having affairs and changing their lives for the game. I actually really enjoyed it. It wasn't put together the best though, but I would recommend it if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Or if you don't know anything about it, I think it's really cool. I then watched The Evil Within, which I gave this one a 3.5. But on reflection, I have been thinking about this film so much lately, and I really recommend you guys all check it out. I did a full review on it. The amount of times I've thought about this movie over the last month, because I did watch it on the 4th, insane. I then watched Hereditary, which I did give 4 stars here because I was edging on the 7.5. I was really looking forward to watching this again sometime in June, but it's still at the cinemas, I believe. So I'm gonna try and catch it one more time in July. I have done a spoiler and a spoiler-free review, so there's no point in me going on about it. I then watched City of Ghosts. Dean and I actually were away for his birthday. I took him on a trip with Gromit down south here, and we stayed in a little kind of nice Airbnb with our dog and next to a fireplace, and they had some burnt DVDs in there. So we checked out that, wasn't a big fan. It's just really a true crime mystery. Not a huge fan. I then watched Gran Torino, which I do think I have seen before, but I can't be sure. Great film, Clint Eastwood directed and obviously stars in. If you haven't seen this movie, I really recommend checking it out. I did only give it a 3, but I think it is a well-made movie overall. It's about Clint Eastwood, who is a racist war veteran, and he gets this rare opportunity where these people move in next door to him, and he learns more about their lives, and it's kind of how they help each other. It's actually a really beautiful movie. I cried in the end. Upgrade. I did do a full come with me review on this, but Lee Winnell, yes, he delivered, and I was so excited because I was really scared. I was hyping this movie up so much. Really enjoyed it. Recommend, check it out. I then watched Lights Out and Split, and I watched these guys because I did a Does This Offend You stream with Nightmare Maven. If you guys don't know, Nightmare Maven and I do live streams and we alternate between my channel and her channel, and in each one we pick a theme and then we go really into why it could be offensive to some people. And in this case, it was about mental health. If you want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. It's on Nightmare Maven's channel. It's very fun and we go all in. We do have one coming up this month, which is going to be about religion. We're talking about Stigmata and The Last Exorcism. So definitely check that out. It's going to be on Friday 13th, July, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Be there. Then I watched Dark Places, which was a film that I watched and then I realized I'd already seen. Do not recommend. It's about a woman who, as a child, she was involved in a family massacre, and then as an adult, she's kind of using that to get money. But it's all a bit twisted and a bit weird and it's a bit silly. I wouldn't recommend. I then watched The Spectacular Now, which I didn't expect to like as much as I did. The movie is about a guy who's in high school and towards the end, I guess, of high school, and he breaks up with his girlfriend and then he meets this other girl and he kind of uses her in a way. It's about him being a jerk kind of character in high school who's just all about the now instead of thinking about his future, which is all fine, but he's a bit of a jerk as he's doing it. I think it was really interesting compared to my high school experience, and I drawed a little bit out on that. I really liked watching him fail. That sounds really awful, but it was like therapeutic for me. I definitely recommend it if you are looking for something different but lighthearted to watch. Next, I watched The Lobster, which is a film that I've been waiting to watch for a long time. Obviously, Yorgos, I'm a huge fan of his work. I knew that I'd really like this film, and I'd been putting it off for so fucking long because Dean said he would watch it with me, and then 3 years go past, 2 years go past, and we still haven't watched it. And it got to a point where I was like, dude, I'm gonna watch this film. Like, this is getting ridiculous. I thought it was fantastic. It was strange. It was beautiful. If you do like Yorgos, I do recommend it. I obviously am a huge fan of Killing of a Sacred Deer. I did find that I liked that a little bit more than this film. If you don't know about The Lobster, it is, it's a lot. It's about a hotel where people go to find partners, because if you don't find partners in this universe, you'll turn into an animal. I didn't expect it to be more about the actual characters and the situation they put themselves in, and how it's almost like Survivor in a way, how they kind of trick the system. And I didn't expect it to be about that and about relationships and about who you end up with and your partner and all that kind of stuff. It to have such a deeper level. I thought it was just gonna be, because it was such a strange situation, the film was kind of gonna be easygoing like that. But I really liked how it took you deeper and deeper and deeper, and the ending was just fantastic. I love the ending. The ending made it for me. I then watched The Untamed, which is a Mexican film. It is a strange ass film. If you like a little bit of softcore porn, probably check this one out. It's really fucking strange. I do actually recommend it to you guys because I think that you'd find it really interesting. The film is pretty much about a troubled heterosexual marriage. The woman finds out something about the man that changes everything, and then she finds this creature in the woods that gives her pleasure. I'm gonna leave it there. I think you guys should check it out. It has a completely different vibe than anything else I've seen, and I think that that's what made it so interesting. I liked the simplicity of it with the complexity of the creature, and it just felt like such a realistic movie to have a creature in it, and I think that that was like a really cool move. I then watched Bridgend, which is about a town in Wales where kids made like a suicide pact. I think it was just a really confusing movie, and it wasn't worth the time. For me, it was kind of like Skins. Skins meets, I don't know, like a suicide pact movie. It was beautiful to look at, but it was just annoying to watch. I then watched Blur, and I watched this in the cinema. This is an Australian horror movie starring John Jarratt and Ernie Dingo, and I did a review on this. Dialogue, amazing. Characters, amazing. Action, not so great. But I think if it's playing near you, definitely check it out because it's something completely different. Very, very Australian and authentic. I then watched The Captive, which is so funny because I was convincing, Dean loves Ryan Reynolds, so I could convince my boyfriend Dean to watch this with me. But while we were watching it, he's like, oh, I've seen this. And I was convinced that I had never seen this. And then as it went on, I remembered I had seen this film. And that is definitely a tell for me. If I can't remember a film as I'm watching it, it's kind of not memorable, but it wasn't bad. This film is a drama mystery that has a really great cast, but pretty much it's about a kid that goes missing and the family trying to find the kid, but it's told in a non-linear way. So it goes back and forth through time, and it's a bit confusing, and then it kind of comes together in the end. I really do think it's an entertaining watch, and something that you might want to watch with someone on like a Sunday night because it's interesting, but also really lets you escape because you're really thinking about the clues in the movie. In saying that, I didn't remember it, so take that with a grain of salt. I then watched Ghostland, which is the director Pascal, who did Martyrs. I did a review on this. I recommend checking that out. I then watched The Vanishing of Sydney Hall, which is about a writer. It's a drama about a writer who kind of becomes obsessed with this girl and their relationship through time. Once again, a non-linear story going back and forth through time. I wasn't a huge fan. I then watched Ingrid Goes West. If you're gonna watch anything this month and you haven't heard of this movie, you need to watch this movie. This movie needs more hype. It is amazing. It's by a first-time director. It has Audrey Plaza and Elizabeth Olsen in it, and It was such a performance, and when I watched it, I was like, who the fuck directed this? And I looked it up, and obviously it was his first movie, and it was so obvious it was, not because it was bad, just because his style is so distinctive and I've never seen anything like it before. The movie is about a woman who is a little bit unhinged, and she has just gone through a whole heap of crazy stuff, and she is getting attached to people on social media, and it's kind of like a stalker movie, but it is light-hearted in a way. Where it's very jokey, it's making commentary on social media in the 21st century, but then it just has such an amazing message. It's one of those movies you'll cry from laughing and you'll cry from emotion. I actually started watching this one at 1 o'clock, and I thought I'll just watch half an hour and go to sleep and watch the rest in the morning. I got so attached to it. I was up until 3. I was thinking about it the next day. I've been thinking about it ever since. This movie is so fucking good. One of my favorite movies I've seen this year, hands down. If you like a stalker movie, if you like something definitely different with the way it comes together, but also very now and very on trend with the subject matter, check out Ingrid Goes West. I don't think you'll be sorry. I then watched Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Dean said, let's go see this at the cinema. I said, why not? I didn't mind this film. I know a lot of people have problems with it, but I think a lot of people are very invested in the Jurassic World. But for me, it was kind of like a bridge movie. It's like, how do we bridge this movie with that movie? And this is kind of put in between. I liked that it was simple. It was a simple storyline. They had like defined bad guys and defined good guys, and then just, you know, dinosaurs in the middle. I didn't take the film too seriously. It was so fucking cheesy, but that's kind of why I loved it. It had really bad lines. They saw the volcano. What did they say? Something like, it's about to get a whole lot hotter. I didn't mind that kind of stuff because it was a fun kind of movie to watch. It wasn't meant to be like a serious like tearjerker. So I was okay with that. I then watched Beetlejuice with my Patreons and a Patreon hangout. I haven't seen that in so long. Such a different movie than what I remember. Still so fascinating. I then watched Who's Watching Oliver, which I just did a review of, so definitely check that one out. For the month though, let's talk about what you should watch. I definitely recommend you watching Upgrade, Hereditary, but what I need you guys to watch is The Evil Within and Ingrid Goes West. Those are the top ones that you need to watch. If you haven't seen The Lobster, definitely check it out, especially if you liked Killing of a Sacred Deer or Dogtooth. And if you're looking for a drama but not a horror to watch on a Sunday night, Gran Torino and The Captive. So those are all the movies I watched this month. Let's get on to the TV shows. So this month I watched The Staircase. I watched that from start to end, and then I watched the new episodes. I have spoken about this in my top true crime mini doco series on Netflix. That video I made recently. So if you want to check out more about that, definitely check it out there. But if you don't know, it's a doco series about a man whose wife has died mysteriously, and she was found at the bottom of a suitcase. She was found at the bottom of a staircase, and then it's a whole like, did he do it type situation, but the camera crew follows the trial and the lead up to the trial and the defense case and all that kind of stuff. So it's really interesting insight into what actually takes place during these kind of cases. So I thought it was really cool. I didn't really care for the follow-up episodes. I don't think they added too much. Sure, they showed a little bit more of the storyline, but I think they could have been condensed, and I felt like they were just really dragged out, and they made you really sympathize with him, which I'm very wary of, you know? Not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm just very wary. Next, I watched Safe, and I watched this with Dean. This is so funny because Michael C. Hall is in this one, and he is British. So it took me a few episodes to get over that. It is a Netflix original series about Michael C. Hall's daughter who goes missing, and you're kind of trying to put together all the pieces, and more about this neighborhood keeps coming out every episode. You definitely twist and turn, but in saying that, I feel a little bit fooled by these kind of shows because you are given only some information per episode, so it's impossible to figure it all out. So I actually probably wouldn't recommend this one. It's meant to be called Safe because you're meant to be in a commune, like it's meant to be happening in a gated neighborhood, but it's not really even shown in that kind of way, in that kind of light. So I think it's a very misleading show, and I don't think it was really worth my time. I've also been watching Handmaid's Tale season 2. It did start off not the best for me. I thought that it was just a little bit fast-paced, and they were trying to pack too much information and backstories about the characters, and almost to a point where they were changing their story so much that the reason the characters reacted in certain ways or did certain things was so different to what you thought and so unrelatable, where I really liked the women in Handmaid's Tale and the fact that they were meant to be everyday women. And now they have these crazy backstories that you understand why they did things, but it's for a different reason. I hope that makes sense. So the start of it, I was not really a fan the first couple episodes, but I will admit I've watched up to episode 11 now, and the last couple episodes have been great. Fingers crossed it works out. Hey, it's all gonna work out in the end. I have plenty of other things to talk about this month. One being, I've used this shirt so much. I'm sure you guys have seen me wearing this awesome basket case shirt. I love this shirt. I don't know why. It's so fucking, it's so in your face. This is from Fright Rags. I did order some Goosebump socks. Sorry, they've been worn. Which I love. These socks are sick. Then also, of course, I had to order the Silence of the Lambs socks, which is so cool because they have the lotion and the basket. I also got the Silence of the Lambs Buffalo Bill shirt, and this is glow in the dark, I believe. I love this one. Very creepy. But I did get something for you guys for a future giveaway. I'm not going to do it in this video just because I have so much going on already. So keep your eyes out on, obviously, on my channel and then on my Instagram. I'm not sure where I'm going to do the giveaway yet. I got a House of a Thousand Corpses shirt. This is in, I think it's a small male, so it could fit a small male or it could fit a chick. It's kind of unisex. I'm sure like these are all unisex, obviously. I wear the actual, I really like the large men's size because I wear them as like 90s and then you can tuck them into jeans and wear them that way. And I also got an extra pair of the Silence of the Lambs socks to go with this. So I'm gonna do a giveaway with these two. If you're not on my Instagram, check it out, Spooky Astronauts. Stay peeled for these giveaways. Of course, my other thing I wanna talk about is Does This Offend You? I've already mentioned this, but just so you know, we do this monthly. It's probably my favorite stream I've ever done. I think that it has a lot of purpose and context, and if you want to check it out, definitely do. But also, if you want to go to this month's one, definitely mark it down on your calendar. We made it, guys. 31 Days of Horror. If you stayed this long, thank you. I'm taking entries in this video for 31 Days of Horror. Okay, the reason I'm doing it so early is because this is July and I'm going away in August. I get back at the end of September and I want to give you guys enough time to get the movies yourself. I need a whole month, a whole month to find the movies, make sure the movies I haven't seen before, track them down, get them on DVD, order them in, get the list ready. So this way you have plenty of time to get the films ready. If you have never done the 31 Days of Horror before and you have no idea what I'm talking about, every year I do 31 videos, one video a day of a movie I watch each day of a film that I've never seen before, which is a horror film that is requested by you guys. All that has to happen is it has to be a film I haven't seen, and I normally do one per person. So keep that in mind. If you want to leave me your 31 Days of Horror request, please leave them down below. Really try and dig deep, guys. I want to see your best gems, unknown, not talked about horror movies. Those are the ones I really love to watch. But list them down below. I'm sure there's some classics I still haven't seen, so be sure to put them in there if you haven't heard me speak about them. This will be great because at the start of August, I can give you the list and then you guys can get ready for October as well as me. So it won't be such a rush and you guys will know what's happening each day. I want to take this time to thank you guys so much for being here and supporting me. Thank you my Patreons for supporting me with everything I do. I love you guys. And thank you everyone who's viewing my videos, giving them thumbs up and just watching. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you're having a great day, a great month, a great year, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Stay spooky. Bye.